Addicts, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different, but it's also going to be another video that's a part of my cruelty-free series, just because I want to take you guys on my journey in my cruelty-free transition, and now I'm also doing the vegan transition too, as far as makeup goes. So there's so much to learn. It's insane. It's not just about like, you know, oh, here's a list, don't buy from those brands, that's it. It is not that simple. Everything's a gray area. There's so many different ways that people do a cruelty-free lifestyle. Some people say that one way isn't cruelty-free, but other people view it as it being cruelty-free. And some people do the vegan part of it too, and some people don't. It really just depends on who you are. So that is why I titled this video, Am I a Hypocrite? And I don't know. You guys can let me know. What do you think? Am I a hypocrite? Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I know at some point people have had to have this thought about my journey. And I'm sure people will bring it up in the future. And if I am so lucky enough to grow big, I'm sure this is going to be a huge criticism of mine. But I am vegan as far as beauty products goes. And I'm even going to be trying to do household items as well. But I will say that I'm a little going to be more strict about the beauty products. The household products I'm easing into, and I'm kind of seeing what I feel comfortable with and whatnot, because there's just so much to know, so I'm kind of taking my time on that end. But the thing is, I am vegan as far as my beauty products goes, but I am not vegan as far as eating goes. So I'm sure I know when people have asked, like, oh, are you, like, you eat vegan? And I'm like, no. I'm sure people think that that may be hypocritical. And I even think thought at one point, or even still in a way, feel like it is hypocritical, but not in a bad way. And this video is not even just to defend myself, it's also to defend other people and their ways of going cruelty-free and vegan. I'm going to start off with talking about my experience and then kind of talk about what I've seen other people have done and why their way of doing it is okay too. Because that's the thing, you guys, the fact that you're even taking one step just to, you know, do anything to be cruelty-free, even if it's not going to the, like, there's like definitely a spectrum. Like, I'm not the most extreme, but I'm getting close to the extreme. And then there's, you know, the more laid back part of it. And anyway, it's fine. Not even if you don't want to be cruelty-free at all, don't, you know, be down on yourself. It's not for everybody. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Some people may tell you are a bad person if you still continue to use MAC products or whatnot, but don't. I just want to say that I don't personally think that people who continue to buy from MAC are bad people. And I don't want anybody who is cruelty-free to attack anybody who is not cruelty-free, or attack anybody on how they live their cruelty-free lifestyle or non-cruelty-free lifestyle. And I think that's the biggest thing that I want to accomplish with this cruelty-free journey that I'm sharing with you guys, is that people need to be open to how people live their lives and respect each other, because you don't want to be attacked either for, you know, what you're doing. Because I know a lot of vegans, they get upset because people attack them and their lifestyle, but then you don't, you know, if you're vegan, then you don't want to also attack people who are doing the opposite of you, because, you know, you don't like being attacked, so you don't want to attack. All the way around, I just think the biggest thing is people need to accept people for who they are, and respect what they want to do, even if you disagree. You know, not everyone's going to agree on everything, but you need to respect how people want to live their lives. So yeah, so pretty much, am I a hypocrite because I use beauty products that are vegan, and I'm very strong, you know, I have a stance about that, but I don't eat like a vegan. You know, I still eat meat. I still have, well, I can't have a lot of dairy just because I actually have an intolerance to it. I'm not fully lactose intolerant, but I can still have cheese. And then, like, occasionally, like, a little sour cream on the side with, like, my tacos or something like that. Or if I'm at a restaurant, you know, they're obviously not going to have vegan butter, so maybe I'll use some of the butter this one time, you know, so I have a little leeway there, but I still eat meat, I still do have cheese. I do use vegan products, I use, you know, non-vegan products, and you know, at one point I did want to go vegan. At one point I wanted to go vegetarian. And I did go vegetarian for like a month or two. And then another point I did want to go vegan, because to me, I'm very consistent. I like the idea of being Like, if I'm one way and there's certain respect, then I want to be it across the board. But that's not life. Life is not all or nothing. Life is not black and white. Like, even me, I told you guys how I've struggled with my bisexuality. I will link my anxiety video down below where I talked a little bit about it. I'll go more in depth about it in the future if you guys want me to do a video on my struggle with bisexuality. I'd be happy to do that for you guys. Just let me know down in the comments, and I'll do that on my The Beauty Addict Diaries channel. But like that, not everyone is like, okay, if you're bisexual, 50%, you're 50% attracted to men, 50% attracted to women. Some people may be like how I feel now, 95% straight, but I feel like there's a 5% in me that's a little lesbian. I don't know. There's such a spectrum. It's not, no one's just one thing, and you don't have to be 100%, you know, if you play basketball, you don't have to only do like, I don't know why that popped into my head, basketball, but you know what I'm saying? Are you really in the litter box right now? I'm sorry, guys, if you heard that. But yeah, everything, there's a spectrum in life. There is a gray area. It's not, you don't have to be 100% anything. You know, just be who you are. Do what you feel comfortable with. You know, respect others. Now they're fighting. Hey. Stop it. You know, I'm trying to have like this big empowering moment and this awesome speech for you guys and about, you know, everyone respecting each other, and then they start fighting. Be nice. So yeah, in a way, I felt hypocritical for, you know, being vegan with everything else but the food part. And some people may say, well, if you feel so strongly about it, like, why do you continue eating meat? And that's another thing. I can totally do a separate video on my The Beauty Addict Diaries channel where I go over why I didn't go vegan, and why I think that some people like to go vegan, some people might not want to, or whatnot. I can do that if you guys want to see it. Let me know down in the comments. I'll put that up on that channel because I want to try to concentrate more on the beauty stuff here, and then more of the like the life and food and household items on the other channel. But the reason why I don't want to go vegan, I'll do the short version in this video, is that, you know, I have so many health issues that prevent me from eating so many different types of food that I'm already so strict and limited on what I can eat that if I cut out meat and dairy, like all dairy products, I'm very limited on what I can have. And some people are like, oh, but you can still have vegetables and fruit. I can't have vegetables and fruit. The only drink that I can drink is water. And, you know, I do have a hard time having, like, I need to stay away from, like, red meat and stuff. So I don't eat as much red meat. I kind of make that, like, a every now and then type of thing. I try to focus on, like, chicken and salmon and stuff. But, you know, I'm already so limited. And I also have a little bit of history in high school where I wasn't full blown or anything, but I had some little, not anorexic moments, but very controlling things around food. And also I did make myself throw up a couple times in high school. And then, you know, with all of my health issues and being so strict and not being able to have everything, a lot of people who went to the GI clinic that I went to have developed eating disorders, and I can't remember what it's called. It's some big long thing, but it's just an eating disorder you develop, and it's pretty much kind of like a fear of food because you fear that the food's going to hurt you, so it makes you want to stay away from the food. It makes sense. So because of that, I feel like with someone who has history with eating disorders, or anybody who could potentially suffer from an eating disorder because of going vegan, because of having that more controlled eating habit, that could negatively affect them. Some people might do completely fine with a vegan diet. It might be perfectly healthy for them. They do great. It's not a problem for them. They don't feel too restricted in their mind that it causes them to have an eating disorder or anything. But some other people, you know, it might affect their health, their body. Not everybody's body is the same. Not everyone has the same mental capacity to handle that. So it all just depends on who you are, what you can handle, and, you know, not everyone can handle it. So I don't think anyone should expect someone to go vegan. I don't think every single person in this world should go vegan. I don't think everybody can go vegan. There's just so many people. There could be people out there who will also have gluten issues. You know, like me, I can't have wheat flour, but I can't have whole wheat. I can have whole grain rice, but I can't have whole grain oats. Like crap like that. Like it's just some people need to have that. So that's just like my thing. That's why I didn't go vegan. But I can definitely do more in-depth stuff about that in another video. But, you know, but with makeup, for me, there's so many options out there. There's so many brands that are 100% vegan. There's brands that are cruelty-free, but they do have a lot of vegan products. You can still create a full face of makeup and, you know, you're going to be fine. It's going to look good. Like, I have so many products that are amazing. I look like my makeup looks good. I don't feel like it's like my makeup looks like crap. You know, that's what's great about makeup especially. There's so many options out there. Pacifica has great hair care products. I think it's Derma E. They have good skincare products. So you guys have choices if you want to go cruelty-free and or vegan. Like, there's just so many options out there. So for me, I feel like because it's so much easier, not saying that it's not hard to try to look everything up and stuff. That is a process. That's not easy. But you still have so many, the fact that you have so many options out there, that's why I'm like, okay, I have so many options. It'll create the exact same look. My skin will look really nice and stuff. You know, so that's not a big deal. So I can do that. You know, I have to put a little effort, but I can do it. The whole vegan thing, that's just like, that would just really screw up. I'm afraid I would have like an eating disorder. I would freak out and end up just one day just eating a ton of like meat or dairy and stuff, and then having to get sick. So I know if you go without meat or dairy for a long period of time and then you just like go overboard, then, you know, your body freaks out. So yeah, I just don't, for me, it's not a healthy option for me. My doctors recommended me not to, but even my doctors didn't recommend me to, and even if I didn't have all these health issues, I feel like I still probably wouldn't go that route. But yeah, I can do a more in-depth video because there's so much more to it than that even. But that's just my thing. So like a lot of stuff is kind of like, okay, if it's like easy to do, it's not going to hurt me physically or mentally to do it, I'm going to do it. But I don't want to be too hard on myself and too strict because life is short, you know, guys. So don't be so hard on yourselves. Any little bit of contribution that you make is great. So that's my experience. But then now I'm going to talk about other people who I've seen who've gone cruelty-free, who've gone vegan, and like their different experiences. So there's a lot of people that I'm connected to on YouTube that have gone cruelty-free, and all of us have our own thing. We all do our own way of a cruelty-free lifestyle. Me, you know, I'm very pure. I'm trying to go vegan and cruelty-free with my products. I only follow Logical Harmony as my resource. So if, you know, there's some brands that other YouTubers, they do still support, but I don't, just because I go based off Logical Harmony. You know, so I'm a little bit more strict in that way. They might find other resources that they, I think it was Leaping Bunny, you know, or Cruelty-Free Kitty or whatever. I wouldn't trust PETA. Apparently, like, PETA is not the one to trust. So don't trust PETA. But yeah, everyone has their different resources. So the reason why maybe some people will support certain brands that I don't is because they have a different resource, and I'm just kind of like all about Logical Harmony. So I hardcore promote Logical Harmony and Sheena Combs. Go check her out. I will link her YouTube channel down below as well as Logical Harmony's website. Probably will keep mentioning both Sheena and Logical Harmony's website whenever I do these types of videos, but she's just amazing and made my life so easy. But yeah, and then, you know, some of the, you know, I do cruelty-free brands that also, you know, I don't support any brands that are cruelty-free but have parent companies that test on animals. So I don't support that. Some other YouTubers do support those brands like NARS or NYX, stuff like that. So there's those different types of YouTubers. Some people are really against people using the ones that have parent companies that test on animals. Some people are okay with it because they're like, oh, but the brand itself is cruelty-free, so that makes me feel okay about it. Other people don't feel that way. You know, and then there are YouTubers that, you know, they are vegan with food, but they are not vegan with their makeup. There are some vegetarians out there that won't eat meat, but they will wear a leather jacket, like a real leather jacket. So, and that is fine. That is their thing. Some people don't like the idea of eating animals, but wearing them doesn't bother them, or, you know, I don't know. everyone just has their own personal preference on how they want to do it, and I feel like that's okay. And that's what I wanted to get across in this video, is that you can be vegan with your makeup and eat meat. You could be vegan with food, but then you can go wear makeup that does have some animal product in it. Whatever you want to do. Like, it's all up to you guys. You can support brands that are cruelty-free, but have parent companies that don't test on animals. You cannot support those companies, you know? And I don't feel, and you know, there's also the whole household products thing. So maybe people will go vegan with food and vegan with their makeup, but they're not going to go with the household products. They're not going to go for every little tiny thing. Like, even a razor, guys, that cannot be vegan because of the glue that they use to put the strips on the razor. Stuff like that. Or, like me, I'm not going to be strict about this. At least I don't think so. I haven't purchased any, I don't think I have. I haven't purchased any jeans yet, but there's a lot of jeans that most of it is made out of vegan-friendly material, but then you'll have that little leather like square thing on it. Come on. Like, you know, stuff like that. And like every pair of jeans is gonna have that little thing on it. Like, you know, so just guys, if you're going to do a cruelty-free transition, if you're gonna do vegan transition, both, whatever, don't be so hard on yourself. Do what you feel comfortable with. Don't let any haters bring you down. If you, even if you're someone who's not cruelty-free or vegan, but you stop shopping at Sephora and only shopped at Ulta, you're making a contribution because you're supporting Ulta, who's cruelty-free, but, oh, you guys seriously fighting. Hey, 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 I'm trying to film. Stop it. But anyway, like I was saying, so if you guys stop, if you're someone who doesn't want to be cruelty-free or vegan, but you want to make some small contribution, you can stop shopping at Sephora and shop at Ulta, because Ulta's brand, their like actual makeup brand, they are cruelty-free. But Sephora tests on animals. So their brand, they test on animals to create their makeup. So you could at least support Ulta instead of Sephora, but I know, like, if you're not even cruelty-free or vegan, you're probably not going to do that, because Sephora, you know, until I, you know, figure that out, that they test on animals, you know, I loved Sephora. I wish they were just not test on animals. That's so freaking annoying. But, you know, so, and like I said too, there's cruelty-free YouTubers that will still shop at Sephora. They may not buy Sephora brand, but they may buy Too Faced products there. Everyone's different. So, before I continue to mumble on and on and on for days like I always do, that's just pretty much my point is, you know, you're not a hypocrite just because you're not 100% anything. You can do whatever cruelty-free / vegan lifestyle that you guys want to do. It's all up to you. Don't let anybody tell you that you're doing it wrong or that you're a terrible person because you're not doing it the way that they want you to do it or the way that they see things. Don't do that. And if you're someone who has been critical of people before, try to take a second to think about how everyone's different. They grew up differently. They have different health issues, backgrounds. There may be things about them that you don't even know about, that if you did know, you would understand why they didn't go a certain way or not, or why they chose this or that. Like, also even like how to use up their products that they no longer support. Like, some people sell their products, some people use up their products, some people throw out their products, some people, like me, I only know me who's doing this. If you guys know of anybody else, let me know. But I'm selling my products and then the money is going to the Animal Rescue League. So everyone's different, and just respect each other. And that is like the biggest thing that I want to emphasize with this cruelty-free stuff, because there's so much hate out there. And I know, like, I got so much love on my cruelty-free declutter video, my part 1, but I did get a lot of hate too. So that's why I kind of want to put that out there, because I know it's the same thing over and over again. People are just like criticizing people for how they handle their cruelty-free lifestyle, and that shouldn't be the case. So, yeah. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna stop. Oh my god, I could talk and talk and talk. But, yeah. If you guys have any suggestions on what types of videos you guys want to see regarding my cruelty-free transition, let me know. If it's anything, you know, Any suggestions would be great. You know, if it seems more something that would be fitting for the Beauty Addict Diaries, I'll put it on there. If not, I'll put it on here. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Like this video if you've liked it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!